Thank you for your purchase of our new fully armored dueling tree. We believe you will find this to be the finest dueling tree on the market today, being fully armored, including the stand and adjustable for forward tilt, terrain, and uneven ground. In this video, I will show you how to assemble your new hang-fast dueling tree. Assembly starts by laying out the stand legs, crossmember, and crossmember armor on a flat surface. Making sure the feet face outward, place a 1.5 inch carriage bolt through the rear center hole in the leg. Then insert the bolt through the round pivot hole in the crossmember. Do the same with the other leg, making sure the feet face outward. Install the washers and nuts and then tighten to snug. We are currently shipping the crossmember with the armor attached, so we will skip the armor installation on the crossmember at this time. Lay the front armor plate on a flat surface and insert two 1.5 inch carriage bolts through the underside. Lay the hinge bracket over the bolts with the stop facing up. Install the two nuts and tighten very tight. No washers are necessary. Lay the hinge post down on a flat surface and install three 2-inch bolts through the front. With only the pivot bolts in the crossmember and armor facing down, place the stand crossmember over the 3 bolts. Install washers on the 2 outside adjustment bolts. The center pivot bolt does not need a washer. Install the nuts and tighten to snug temporarily. Loosen the crossmember pivot bolt slightly. Rotate the stand post upward to 90 degrees and tighten the pivot bolts to secure the post. Insert 1.5 inch bolts through the rear hole in the leg into the adjustment slot on the crossmember. Do this on both sides. Install the washers and nuts and tighten snug. These adjustment bolts can be removed and the center post rotated flat for transport. The center pivot hole should be snug enough to provide adjustment tension for the target post to prevent sudden target movement during setup. Loosen the 2 outer adjustment bolts and then tighten the center pivot bolt until there is firm tension on the target post. Do not tighten the center pivot nut after this adjustment has been made. To demonstrate the hang-fast dueling tree's ability to work on tough terrain, we will set it up on this uneven hillside covered in thick grass and leaves, and then shoot it with 9mm carbine and a pistol. Start by loosening the crossmember adjustment nuts on each leg. Stomp on the legs to plant them firmly on the ground, and then tighten the bolts. Do this with each leg. Starting with the center post mostly vertical, we will plumb the post side to side. Loosen the 2 outer adjustment bolts at the base of the post. Using a torpedo level, plumb the post side to side. Tighten the 2 adjustment bolts on the base. After side plumb is achieved, loosen the cross-member leg bolts and apply the desired forward angle to the target. Forward angle should be adjusted so that a center hit on the plate will swing it sharply. If one side seems slower than the other, check the center post plumb again with a level. It is usually necessary to spike down a minimum of 2 feet to prevent side-to-side movement during operation. On this setup, we use 2 diagonally positioned spikes pounded about halfway in. Properly leveled, this target will not tip over when hit and does not need to be nailed down hard. Install the plates and we're ready to shoot.
Ready? Right, go.